Today marks 14 days since JJ assumed office as Prime Minister of the relaunched United Kingdom. With the UK reaching 40 members and voting in the election exceeding over 30 votes, we're in for a battle like nothing before. Who will hold the keys to number 10? During this time of both promise and possibility, and our potentially hazardous first step as a nation, tonight the British people have their verdict on, well, that every question joining me in the studio is a panel of politicians, pundits, and political commentators who will be with me throughout the hour as we digest the results of this general election.
Sorry about that there. We've just had some technical difficulties. So, uh, I don't know if I can be heard, but I'll be taking over quickly. We're currently waiting on the first count which we have here. That is Birmingham, which is going to the Labour Party. The Labour Party led by JJ, the current Prime Minister, the Prime Minister since the relaunch of the community. He is currently the Prime Minister. I think polling suggested that he's only going to win up to 2 seats this election, which is very interesting because you would have thought he would have wiped this out of the park a bit with wiped this out of the park um with results because as a sitting prime minister, he's by far the most experienced politician. Uh, Back in BLUK, he served as deputy prime minister to Dan Papida, which was very very interesting. So we are just waiting for the presenter to come back. So I'm improvising a bit, but it's interesting because the polling. If we go back to the exit poll, which we should have for you in a second. Let me just get that for you. Hold up. There we go. So the exit poll, which we should have for you in about 2 minutes. We jumped ahead with that first ballot there, which was perhaps a miscalculation from the Electoral Commission, but we are currently just sort of waiting here. I don't know if we can bring that to you. We are waiting on the technical confirmation there on the BBC. I can confirm to you, however, that the total turnout for this election was 31 ballots, which is a decrease on the February election, but it is an increase on the May election. But I think with re-established connection with the herb, can you speak? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Uh,
I have a few questions for you tonight, because obviously you are
question.
a party leader.
Indeed, yes. Hello?
Uh, yeah, I can hear you, don't I?
Okay.
So the first question I have for you is, who, if you had a coalition with, who are you going to be most willing to work with out of the two leaders?
I think I'd be more willing to work with Jay because, number one, personally, on a personal level, we have quite a bit of friendship, and when it comes to Mr. Dev, I personally don't know much about him. I haven't really talked to him much. I don't think we even get along that well, so why would I want to go and make a correlation with someone that I don't really know well or even communicate on a daily basis?
So you have, so if you had to pick, you're going to pick JJ. Even though his premiership, you have to say, hasn't gone well. What have you got to say about his inactive leadership so far?
Yeah, I agree. It has been questionable, but I think what he needs is a little bit of support, and I'm willing to give him support and, you know, support. Um, yeah, support.
So you're not upset that he's been extremely inactive in office? Are you not? Is that what you expect? Is that what you're saying?
I have been rather upset about him being in office, but I see him doing more than Mr. Dev would ever do. Um, it has been a rocky road, but I reckon we can pull things back. We can set things around again. Ensure that things run smoothly and everyone's a winner.
Are you saying that his inactivity in office is acceptable? Is that what you stand for?
I don't know how to plan it at all, no. But I believe if I give him enough support, enough motivation, I can get him to do a lot of things. Like, I am not fond of him particularly, but this was him by himself. What is he like with other people? Let's give him a second chance, I reckon.
Well, we have an interesting person who's joined us in the room. It is Archie. He knows a bit about working with other party leaders. Are you present with us right now?
Yes, I am. Hello.
So, what do you think about JJ's leadership as a former Prime Minister yourself? Do you think he's done a good job, or do you think he's been counterproductive?
Quite frankly, I think he's been quite unproductive. Uh, he's not really been doing a good job, in my personal opinion, and not really been leading. I believe he's conservative. He's not been leading the Conservative Party in the right direction.
So, do you think that the work you started as Prime Minister, obviously you were the last full-term Prime Minister before BLUK split, I can't really say it properly, but do you think the work you put in has been teared up by JJ's government, or do you think he's still redeemable?
I mean, like JJ, in my personal opinion, like JJ's not really been doing any work for the British people. I've not seen any like government announcements or anything like that, or like any like I don't even believe there's even any cabinet members in his cabinet. Like we've just got an empty number 10 Downing Street with an inactive prime minister. So like he's not really been doing a good job in governing in that way.
There's been rumours that the Reform Party could return next term. Is there any truth behind that rumours? Are you going to consider that in the future?
It could be a possibility. I don't know yet. I'm talking with my advisors and my team. I'm in conversation with a few people. And we're gonna see how it goes. As the Reform Party has had like many successes in the past with that huge majority we had in past elections. So I think like if things really do get bad, I think it would be necessary to bring back the Reform Party. But we'll just see how things go.
So the final question we have for you tonight is, if you were Prime Minister now, what party leader would you be the most willing to work with?
If I was Prime Minister right now,
Yes, what party would you want to work with the most?
I'd want to work with maybe. Well, it depends on the leadership, really. If the Conservatives had an active Prime Minister, such as like maybe like Beherb's very active. He's a really active guy. If we had somebody like him who's running in this election, then yes, I would 100% work with him. But if we're talking about Labour, which has been inactive, like I've only seen like at least one campaign message from them, which was basically copying the Conservatives' agenda, then I wouldn't work with any copycats.
Well, thank you for that. I did lie. I do have another question. Is who did you vote for this election, if you don't mind me asking?
I voted the Conservative Party.
Well, thank you for your time. It is always nice to speak to you. Passing now on to the second count. Norfolk is going to the Labour Party, Middlesex is going to the Conservatives, and Wales is going to the Conservatives. So that is 2 to Labour, 2 to the Conservatives, and 0 to the Liberal Democrats. Herb, how do you feel about your chances at the moment?
Well, there's still a few more counts to go, so my hopes are very high still. I have extreme motivation that I will win, and yeah, the hopes are high.
That is interesting. I've just asked the Prime Minister for a comment regarding the election. We are waiting for that response from number 10 Downing Street. But currently, that is, I will remind you of the results. 2 to the Labour Party, 2 to the Conservatives, and 0 to the Liberal Democrats, with 6 more seats to declare. The Prime Minister has responded with a comment saying champagne, which is interesting, to say the least. We are just waiting on that third count currently, with 4 seats declared. One thing we have not seen is the Liberal Democrats pick up any seats so far this election. I'm not going to address that. We've not seen him, Liberal Democrats win any seats, which is not unlike, because their leader has been extremely inactive throughout this campaign. He's not had any words in the entire server, I don't think. at all, ever. Um, so I'm going to pass back to Beherb now. Do you believe that the Liberal Democrats should be decommissioned by the Electoral Commission if they fail to pick up any seats tonight?
Short answer, yes.
I dread to think how long the long answer was. We have a third count now. Scotland goes to the Liberal Democrats, and the South Coast goes to the Liberal Democrats. 2-2-2 for all three parties, and that is. Let me do the maths. 6 seats so far. There is 4 more left to declare, and we are currently waiting on. Well, we're currently waiting on the final 4 seats to be declared. We go back to Prime Minister. We've asked him for a comment, but we're also going to go to the leader of the Conservatives. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm very surprised that they even got a single seat, actually. It's considering there's been no activity from them whatsoever, no campaign. It would be silly enough to vote for them.
Why would it be silly? What do you offer that they don't?
Well, I'm quite active. I've been campaigning, right? However, the leader of Liberal Democrats hasn't really said anything, hasn't really campaigned, hasn't done anything. So I don't see why he should be, or in general, have any seat at all if he cannot do simple things.
So you do not think there is any justification to vote for him altogether?
I very much believe that, yeah.
We are just getting news that the Bedfordshire returning officer has fainted. We are going to send our thoughts and prayers to them. And we have a bit of disturbance in the actual chamber here with some people walking about. But as we wait for that, what should be possibly, I think, the final count or one of the final counts, we can reflect on the results so far, which is, we've got count 4, and Bedford has gone to the Labour Party, which makes it 3 to the Labour Party, 2 to the Conservative Party, and 2 to the Liberal Democrats. And we have, well, Behab, what do you feel about going behind in the race?
Live, love, love.
Archie, are you still with us?
I am, yes.
What do you think of the results so far?
They are very interesting results. To be honest, I wasn't expecting Labour to do this well in this race. It's very surprising to me. But I guess I guess we'll see how the night goes and see who will be the winning party.
Thank you for that. We are currently waiting for that fifth count, which we have just got, and that is Northern Ireland to the Labour Party, which makes it 4 to the Labour Party, 2 to the Conservatives, and 2 to the Liberal Democrats. And there are 2 more seats to declare, which means the BBC are going to project that the Labour Party has won this election and that JJ will be re-elected Prime Minister. That is the BBC projection at the current time. But Herb, what do you think of that?
I'm starting to get a little bit nervous now. However, no hard feelings, right? There's only 2 seats to go, right? Both of them could be mine. High hopes for them seats. Live, love, love.
Do you not feel upset about possibly being defeated by an inactive party leader?
It motivates me even more.
If you lose tonight, will you stay on as leader of the opposition?
I believe so, yes.
We are just waiting on Count 6, which is about to be told to us, and that is, I believe that is Northern England or Northumberland, as it is called, I think, and that has gone to the Conservative Party, meaning it's now 4 to the Labour Party, 3 to the Conservatives, and 2 to the Liberal Democrats. Archie, do you have any comments on that so far, on this tight race?
Well, all I gotta say is, if JJ does win this election, it'll be a huge tragedy for the United Kingdom, and we're gonna have another term of an inactive prime minister.
That is a concern. The real concern of this election is who will be the most active choice in government, and I don't think that we've seen that this term over the past 14 days. Oh, we've just got some news from Suffolk, and that is a recount is occurring in Suffolk, which wasn't actually declared, but there was a recount going on nonetheless. I think there's one more seat to declare currently, which we are actively waiting on. This seat could really decide the election. It is completely down to these last seat here. And we are actually, the electoral commissioner is typing right now, so we are waiting on that result as we speak. Imminently, there is again movement, which I apologise for. I've got the final seat here, and that is, well, it's been announced to I don't think it's to the Conservatives, which means it's 4 to the Conservatives, 4 to the Labour Party, and 2 to the Liberal Democratic Party, which means it is a hung parliament. But Herb, what do you think of?
Well then, just one more to go to see if
No,
a winner
there isn't
wins.
one more to go. It's a tie.
Tie, yes. Oh man, this is tricky, right?
We
I don't
have.
know.
Hold up, we are just going to interrupt. There has been a recount in Scotland, which we are waiting on. I can't remember who Scotland was declared for. So we are back to uh, 4-3-3, I want to say. Oh, because I've genuinely forgotten who they declared for. So we're just waiting on that one. There was a lot of shouting in the chamber, to say the least, on the. It was the Liberal Democrats. Okay, thank you. So it's 1-4-4. So this seat decides everything. It decides who governs the nation next. And we are just getting the results, the final results in Scotland here. And it has remained in the Liberal Democrats' hands. So I'm going to summarise one more time before we end tonight. It is 4 to the Labour Party, 4 to the Conservative Party, and 2 to the Liberal Democrats. Archie, do you have any thoughts? I'm going to take that as a no. So thank you for tuning in tonight. I apologise for the poor quality. It was fairly rushed, but that is the results, and thank you for tuning in.